Canola School on RealAgriculture.com is brought to you by Alberta Canola Producers Commission, Sask Canola, and Manitoba Canola Growers.
Well, we've got a bubble machine that makes bubbles, and the bubbles fly just like a tiny droplet might fly when we're spraying. So it lets us see where the air is moving. We know the wind direction, but it also lets us see how the turbulence in the atmosphere is. If it's sunny, for example, like it is today, we tend to have thermal turbulence, and that tends to vertically mix droplets up, and it dilutes them. So actually, when they're downwind, they have a lot less impact. If we were to do this in the early morning or in the late evening or at night, very likely we'd have an inversion. And we would be able to see that in the bubble machine, that the bubbles would likely just stay at a fixed height and they wouldn't disperse at all. That's a danger. So they will move in a concentrated way off target, and whenever they end up, they can still do significant damage. So in some ways, the wind and the sun are our friends that dilute the spray. Well, my partner Brian was playing with his granddaughter last summer, and they were using their bubble machine, and Brian was just thinking about it, and he said, you know, these bubbles are moving through the just like the wind current's moving, so they're a really good visual indicator. And so we've borrowed his granddaughter's bubble machine until we had the money to pay for this one. You know what? I think it would add joy to the spraying operation if you could do a bubble release before you went, so that you could say, you know what, it's a good day to spray based on Don Ho. He says it's a good bubble day or it's a bad bubble day. I mean, what do you think? Wouldn't that be great? We could have an option on a sprayer as a bubble machine, and the sprayer could become a party machine. It would be awesome.
What's the biggest thing you found from this?
Well, I'm really surprised, even on a sunny day when it's not quite as windy as it is today, these bubbles will go up maybe 30 meters in the air within 5 or 10 meters from the time we release them. And that tells us on a sunny day, we get a tremendous amount of dispersion. And so the drift impact downwind isn't actually that